Finding Christmas is an okay film. This was released in 2013. It's directed by Harvey Crossland, written by Ventura, and it stars Tricia Helfer, TJ Hodges, Mark Lutz, and Cristina Rosato. And this is about two separate guys who do this kind of apartment swap around the holidays because they both want to get away from their current situation, so they agree to swap locations and they'd live in each other's homes. And while they're there, they both encounter different women who know the other guys, and well, sparks begin to fly. But of course, with it being a Christmas rom-com, it's not without complications. One of them has a partner, another one has a recent ex-fiance, or they never even got to the fiance stage, but they each have complications that mean the romantic aspect isn't going to be straightforward. It's okay. And I will say that it's not amazing. I think the two separate stories are pretty good, but I think they would have worked better as two separate films. Because the time in the film, and the film is about an hour and a half, an hour and 25 minutes maybe, is divided between both men or both sets of couples, I never felt like I had enough time to truly connect with either of them. I will say credit where it's due. It felt pretty balanced, 50-50. I feel like each part of the story got an equal amount of time, which I think was a good thing. But ordinarily with a Christmas rom-com, we have the full hour and a half-ish to truly get to know the characters, to fall in love with them, and to wish for the best for them, or whatever opinion we come to. But it's basically dividing that time in half, and I never really felt a connection with any of the characters. I do like this idea of swapping apartments and meeting the other person's friends and getting to know the people they associate with. And I think it is a good idea in theory, but I think it would have just been better if it had been just focusing on one of them. And we got to know them better and spend more time with them and become emotionally invested in their journey, because I didn't find that I was bothered. It's not that I didn't want good things to happen for them, but I wasn't following their journey with any great enthusiasm. So I just don't think it works as well as it does on paper. It's also not very festive. It really isn't that Christmassy. So if you're looking for a Christmas film where you can really get into the spirit of the season, I feel like this could be set at any time of year. Apart from a couple of Christmas songs, and we have some gorgeous vocal performances and some, really great Christmas carols. Other than that, it didn't feel very festive. So it's not really a great one to go with either if you want something that's very Christmassy. But as I said, all of that aside, it is an okay film. I didn't dislike it. At no point did I consider stopping watching it. I was happy to watch it until the end and find out what happened. I just wasn't that emotionally connected to it. So if you're looking for a great film, Finding Christmas isn't going to be it. But if you want something that's quite easy to watch with some nice messages, both of the guys are going through different situations, but they're learning to change things about their lives, about the way they approach things, about what they do with their heart and how they handle their emotions. So there are some good lessons in it. So there are some good things about this film. It's not an amazing narrative structure, and I can't really say the characters are that fascinating because, again, I never feel like we really had quite enough time to get to know them as well as we could have done had it been just focusing on one of them. I don't know which one, if I had to pick one, which one I'd want to be the dominating story. I think the narrative with the fiancé was probably the most fascinating and the most unpredictable, but in general I feel like they were pretty evenly weighted in terms of interest, and they're both absolutely fine. So really, other than the fact that it's not very emotional, it's not very festive, it's not that exciting, it's an okay film. It's an easy watch, it's a little bit festive. If you're looking for a film that, ticks those boxes, then absolutely Finding Christmas is worth watching. As I said, I didn't ever consider turning it off. I didn't mind watching it, but I don't think it's as good as it could have been.